Hey, what's happening, guys? So, I am going to give you a quick peek behind the scenes over here. I want to show you guys why it is so important that you are measuring and testing your E85. I want you to pay attention to this little number right here. So let me start this data log all the way back. Here we go. I don't know if you can see that, but data log 00000. We haven't even fired the thing up yet, basically. Just now starting the log. That 29.4 number that you're seeing there, that is what the vehicle was reading the alcohol percentage to be when I pulled into the gas station. I had a mix of 93 octane and E85. What's highlighted here is the fuel level input. I rolled into the gas station with like 10 miles of range left. It was empty. And as you can see now, we are at 98.4%. I don't know that I could get any more E85 into this thing. So we go to fire the thing up, and I want you to watch this counter down here, if it'll show, and watch that ethanol or alcohol percent. Now, typically, this thing will start to read that alcohol percent very quickly. You'll see that the short-term fuel trims, which are down here, they're starting to get into ranges that are telling the truck, hey, you need to start adding fuel to this thing. You need to start getting into your timing tables that are going to be more alcohol appropriate, which is to say it's going to throw more timing at it and it's going to throw considerably more fuel. Another thing, if you're used to Mopar stuff and you see knock retard, in Ford talk, it's actually throwing more timing at it when you see that number pop up. But anyway, keep watching that alcohol percent number. Keep in mind, we're only a couple of minutes into this, and it's already throwing a bit more fuel at it. Oh, you'll also see an inferred stoichiometric value too. See right here where it's 11.1? Full-on E85 is basically 9-to-1. And then you've got an equivalence ratio, which is translated into normal fuel AFR instead of lambda. But that's what it is inferring. So it's seeing that it's got lots of alcohol in it, but it should be reading or starting to read a little bit higher. And it hung up at 64.7, which is kind of a fun thing because in the stock tune, here, let me just show you this. To get to full flex fuel blended, it's closed loop and open loop. Here, we pop that open for you too. You go full E85 mode at 65%. And of course it is blended. In fact, if you look at the chart, I mean, it's a true blend. Let me get this opened up for you. There is a little bit of a difference between open loop and closed loop, but functionally, when it's a naturally aspirated engine, it's totally fine. Anyway, let me get back over here again, just letting you know where we're at with this. 64.7 is not 65%. And then it hangs there for a while. There's your timestamp right there. And it's hanging at 64.7 for a while. I don't know if I hit a bump or did something along the way. There it goes, 65%. Not that it really makes a difference, but we are in full-on E85 mode now. And so if you notice, it never goes up again. It basically just locks in at that 65.9%. We're still going through the data log, going through the stream. What you're seeing here, that's RPM, and that is not this truck at wide open throttle. That's this truck at on the pedal 46. Basically, I was holding it at 50%. Just seeing how the truck was going to act. I saw that it clipped over to 65%. And as you can see right here, it's throwing timing at it. Truck's real happy. And so I don't really want to mess with that too much, but that's really not the point of the video. The idea here is, look, if this were a boosted car and I had gone and filled this thing up totally to the top of the tank with E85 and I was tuned on a real hot tune, in other words, it was a tune that was very aggressive and it was real high quality E85, and I needed the extra octane because of my power level and the tune parameters themselves, I would be shy of octane. So in this case, the truck, it doesn't really matter. But if you've got something that is in need of E85, you need to make sure that you're using E85 the way it's supposed to be used. And that is to get all the octane out of it that you can. If you find that you're getting these lower alcohol percent numbers, it means that the E85 that's in the tank, in this case, that E85 is probably E70. And that would make sense. We didn't start out with a high alcohol percentage. And so by the time it's done going through all of its inferences that it needs to go through to get to the alcohol percent, it's not even getting to the minimum standard for E85, which is in fact 70% alcohol. So again, guys, just wanted to bring you along for the ride, so to speak, a little bit of behind the scenes as far as what I am up to, but there you go. Check your E85, guys. That's a wrap. Adios.